this next section, paid honeymoons or sponsored honeymoons. And here we're joined by Regina Ainla, who's a Talent Boost coordinator for Business Finland. It's a nationwide organization, and she's got responsibility there for supporting companies in their internationalization journey. So thank you for coming today, Regina.
My pleasure.
Yeah, so I'm really curious about this honeymoon thing. What is that about?
Yes, so I guess the name is fitting. I'll tell you about 3 funding instruments that are on offer in the Talent Boost network. And if you were on the break, you probably saw the video that Talent Boost is actually orchestrated or carried out by all these different players within this ecosystem. And this ecosystem is quite vast. It's all around the country, and we call it the Talent Boost network. So all of the service providers, they provide some sort of service, and I'll tell you about 3 of them. So first of all, I'll tell you about one provided by Business Finland itself. It's called Talent Explorer Funding. And the funding is targeting companies, small and mid-sized companies that are looking to expand their markets abroad. So it's a very export-minded funding. But it is useful for both talents and the companies, especially now during Corona, when companies can actually go themselves abroad to do market research. They could actually hire an international student or a spouse, or simply an international person in Finland that has the necessary language skills and the understanding of the market, and then the networks to actually explore this new market. So it's up to 20,000 euros, and it's to be used on salary. And I'll tell you more about it if you'd like in detail. So you can come and visit the Talent Boost Business Finland booth. And then the second funding is actually provided by TE Office, and they provide pay subsidy. And it's a good one for companies that want to hire talent but maybe don't have the funding. So they can use the pay subsidy to hire unemployed people in Finland. And it can be up to 50% of the salary. And TE Office people will gladly tell you about it at the TE booth. And then the third one
is that the thing called palkkatuki?
Yes, palkkatuki, pay subsidy. That's the one. And the third one is called FEC, or FEC-koulutus, or Further Education with Companies. And it's basically a service where a company can tailor their own workers. It sounds funny, but it means that there's a talent pool of highly skilled internationals in Finland who might not have the entry point to the work life because they might not have the specific training for a specific company. So the company can receive subsidy and sort of tailor the training for these workers. And it's a 6 months, so the person works at the company, and the company is not obliged to recruit them after this, but it would be great, obviously, if they would actually train a worker and then hire it. And this is a service provided by ELY Centers, so you are more than welcome to go and visit their booth and talk about that. But these are the 3, so now I will gladly take questions or comments on these. And obviously there are more services offered in the Talent Boost network, and you are welcome to visit both the Espoo business booth, and they will tell you about the services in Espoo, and then I think there might be more of other service providers in the booths that you can visit and hear about the local ones. So the ones I told you about, they're more like national services.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was encouraged to mention also the Business Espoo stand where Pekka Kalenius, I think, is right now, and he can talk about something called the Espoo supplement. Is that so? That's something that's available on top of salary subsidy if recruiting an unemployed person.
Yes, I understand. Mm-hmm. And also Tampere City has, for instance, a similar funding that is only for Tampere area. So in that sense, there's also regional services that I did not mention, but they are available in the Talent Boost network, and you're more than welcome to go and hear about them from the booths.
So this Talent Explorer funding, that sounds super interesting, because that the state would actually fund some of that, because I know from startup life in London, for example, some of us make the decision to do international research from home desktops, without going out there. So that was just our choice. And so for a Finnish company to be able to do that and get some subsidy for it sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's actually, if you think of it, it's a bargaining chip for the talent. So for instance, let's say I'm an international student and I'm about to graduate and I don't know where to get a job. So I can go to the company and say, hey, you know what, I'm Chinese and your company wants to go to Chinese markets. So why don't I check out the market for you? Because you can't go there physically, you don't know the language, you don't know the area, but I do. I have the networks, I have the skill, plus I studied whatever my field was, and you're doing this, so I can do the market research for you. And 50% of my salary is paid by Business Finland. So altogether, the project would be 40,000, meaning that the 20,000 would come from the company and 20 from Business Finland. And then if you think of the company, that Finland is a very export-minded country, it means that even if we do work in Finnish, we still need to sell our products abroad. So now during COVID, you can't go abroad and you can't really like send out people to do the market research for you or check the legal terms and things. So it's a great way to use the talent pool here and be subsidized for it.
So any international talents listening, I think Regina's just given you a great little extra marketing point to add to your credentials and why you should be taken on to do such research. Yeah, good. And the concept of our FEC koulutus, FEC on the job sort of de-risking a hire well, there's a bit of risk when you take on a hire, whatever that hire is. And it sounds like Business Finland has carved out international talent, said, I'm going to de-risk this a bit. So that sounds like a very tempting thing too. And it also made me think a little bit about a private sector equivalent, which is Point of Potential, has a similar kind of concept where they will take on board the international talent and whilst the person works for a company. So I wonder if they got inspiration from FEC koulutus, and we'll find out later because they'll be joining one of our panels on mentoring. So I think that our time is drawing to a close. So I just leaves me to say thank you so much, Regina, for sharing this information with us today.
Thank you. And I see there are very interesting questions. I will text you if I can answers to these, or then you're welcome to come and chat with me. For instance, one from Alina about the limits on how many there can be and can this be abused and all that. We can talk about that in the booth. And
I do know that the City of Espoo person, Nan, will be checking these afterwards and putting some information and answers out. I think it was on the Hello Espoo Facebook page was the idea. So there will be follow-up to questions unanswered today. So thank you, Regina. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.